Hello, YouTube. All right, so we a couple more days until 2021. There goes my download hiccups. I would say best not to anticipate a clean slate, clean start, because yeah, the pandemic. See, the thing about it is there's a narrative to all of this, and the narrative. How did we do this? I'll start with the last comment that I saw on my last video, and the comment said, "Trump fakey." Here's how someone who has who's very in tune and very from an oracle perspective. What I see is that someone was chosen to be in a very important position to project the image of a falsehood because he's not technically a politician. The thing about it is his role was to sit and use his administration of his financials, of his accounting, and all of those banking stuff, his banks and everything. It was really about constituting where America had ran into debt. It was really about bailing the last several administrations out of their out of the debt. So who better to recalibrate the financial sector of our economy than a multi-billionaire, you know? In my thought process, the exchange would be he would get a pardon for his non-paying tax, accreditation. Will he get a pardon? Could he pardon himself as president? Yes. So people who get upset about it, it's like you got a man in the best position ever who can pardon himself for his own afflictions about his own money. Which that's just the funny part. Everyone's so upset because it was his own money. He didn't pay his taxes. Well, it's kind of like I pay the rent for this apartment. So if I don't pay my rent for a month, do I get reprimanded or no. When you continuously utilize the that MO of neglecting doing something, yeah, there are repercussions. But the end of the day is if he is part of the elite, if he is on the 33rd level, if he is in masonry, then he already knows that there's no such thing as the federal tax system. He knows that it's to he already knows middle and low class provide the operation for the higher elite people to earn money. So why wouldn't that's how I can literally understand his position and not have a problem with him because who better to be in that position anyway? Let's just say that did I talk about the pandemic, scamdemic? Did I talk about the stock market? I don't think I think I do have a video called Scamdemic. And I think I did mention this that if you guys look at the stocks for Pfizer and Moderna, they're going down. So basically, it's really about pulling out of the stocks because you probably won't hear the vaccine talked about this week, or it'll fade away starting this week because the stocks aren't doing well. Then they tried to tell all the employers of big boxes that they have to require their staff, not mandatory, or mandate, but they are requiring that their staff employees get vaccinated in order to continue work. But it doesn't mean that they'll lose their job. And then you think, okay, well, if they haven't mandated the vaccine, why would they still mandate the mask when there's a vaccine? I don't know. So that's where you have to look between the lines. I think people follow these narratives And they end up being lost and confused at what to do, so that whenever someone says, do this, they do it. And that's how it works. You confuse the person. So I think for me, because I don't follow the Matrix narrative, I always look above it. And I look above it by saying, wow, they figured out how to implicate the symptoms of a virus and then implicate something to make people think there's a resolution in order to pull the plug from the narrative. So they'll probably say masks will be off by February. Let's just see. It's really about the stock market. So in the beginning, when you guys, or even myself, when I saw that our stimulus checks were going to be 600, I was like, why is it half of what it was before? It's not that there wasn't money, because you can always print money. It was a scamdemic. So basically, if you took the money from the stimulus package, because the second one's coming from FEMA, the first one came from the administration. It just says that the House, Washington, D.C., invested in the stock market, Wall Street, for two names of vaccines. They invest their money. Christmas is a hot spot. Viruses out there, or a implication of viruses out there. Medical facilities and whatnot are going to purchase these. And once the medical industry purchased them, guess what? Everyone in DC who invested, they get a re-up. They get their money. They get a boatload. And so with that, that's all behind closed doors. And then what happens is they pull out because it's going down. The stocks are going down for both vaccines. And therefore you can give the money back to the people that they took. It took me a while to explain that. So split the stimulus in half. You spend half in the market. This is behind the scenes, the shadow government. They reinvest in themselves at a low point. Everybody wins at the end, because if you have an investment stock at $38 or $100, multiply that times 1,000. Stocks increase. Now that they're going down, people are pulling out. So some change for me, some change for this commercial bank, some donations to FEMA organizations, blah, blah, blah. That's how it works. Are you woke now in 5D? This is 5D, so nothing is real. Everything is artificial and implicated. Artificial and implicated. You have to always think artificial and implicated. A friend of mine was like, what do I do? I have kids. And, I'm like, dude, stop, pause. There is no chip in the vaccine. There is no zombie apocalypse. Everybody goes down these, they're not rabbit holes, they're narratives. I go down the rabbit hole because I'm able to find what's there, Alice and rabbits and cards and whatnot, and I'm able to wake up. That's the whole definition of red pill, rabbit hole, and being woke. What else do I want to say? I don't think we're going to see an increase in numbers, but we'll hear about an increase in numbers. It's just the only way that they'll keep. See, the thing is, they say things in order for their folks to make the right decisions. There's an earwig on my floor. And there's a spider on my wall. Oh, you're going to have to go. Ooh, I'm so sorry. You guys know earwigs are not, they hurt when they ding ya. I just put them in a bowl. Spider, I'm going to have to walk you outside. All right, anyway. Oh, if you guys want to know what I'm looking at. It's that black thing up there. Ooh. Multi-dimensional. He's multi-dimensional. My mom was talking to me today, and I got really worked up and stressed because I love my mom, but when she gets, and I'll explain this later too. My mom was really pushing my nerves this morning, and she doesn't realize she does it until I go, okay, stop. We need to stop talking about this right now. I don't want to talk about this. Because she goes into these different don't worry, be happy parables. Everything's going to be fine. And then she paints a picture. I think like she tries to not lie, but like kind of say, oh, but things are going to go this way because that's just the way that these things are going to go. And when they're going that way, I'm like, Mom, stop. In the moment now, nothing's going. So let's not talk about what's going because nothing's going anywhere. And when people try to not, and I don't want to say my mom's manipulating. It's not a negative manipulation. It's just trying to aspire me to think differently, but I don't. I reject trying to do false manifestations. False manifestations are kind of like saying you're taking good information to lie to yourself, to bail yourself out of your negative emotions. When it's just best to feel out your negative emotions, it's just best to carry them out, right? I know my people are nodding yes. That's what 2020 is about. It's you're looking into ways and means to alleviate yourself of all the burdens, all the karmic cycles, and all the shadow work. If you guys don't know that shadow work. Anyways, there was one thing I was supposed to point out and I didn't. And then the next post I do want to talk about the connection to the Anunnaki and archangels. Ooh, I'm trying to like. Ooh, I want to wait till the right time. So that's going to be the next post because while a lot of people are looking forward and into those narratives that aren't going, all those narratives don't pan out. They don't happen. So I always go backwards. I always look in the past. I would like to, my wisdom and my inner authority really aspires from what did we do in our past lives? Like, what did the incarnations from before, what are they doing? What have they done? See, because you can find the secrets of the future in the past. And that's why I was able to look into this whole fake scamdemic narrative. Trump was he was an easy read because he's not, and I tell you guys, I'm coming from a primonistic perspective. Hollywood and elite people, this is what it was. Hollywood and elite people, they often are embarrassed or shamed or cross-dress or there's always something that they have to do. And the big one is public embarrassment, public shame, right? So in essence, Trump got his 33rd degree on that. I think he then he graduates from his lodge of the Masons and move on. But it's kind of like a barter trade situation. You learn, you acquire, you grow, you move on, and you build anew. Everybody will forget that they hated him after this year. But that's just how it goes. Those are narratives. And if there weren't narratives, then it's almost like what to do with consciousness. That's what I want to talk about too. Their goal, the elite and all of them, I won't say the cabal, I say the elite. Because the elite are the celebrities, the musicians, the writers, the producers, the mayors, the governors. Their role is basically to expand consciousness. So they create obstacles in order to fix them. It's like any supervisor would at a job. You create obstacles to fix them. Then guess what? Oh my gosh, 2 years went by. Yay. Otherwise, everyone would just sit here and do nothing. But anyways, if my mom's watching this video, I apologize. I got mad at you, but I just, things were resolved this morning with my situation. That's all I want to focus on. But I'm always on alert because a lot of people, what I've learned in my therapeutic side of my life, I do my part, but it's the other party that always neglects doing something. So my mantra is I'm going to seek affirming that everything I set out to do is worked out by the other party starting today. All right, I'll let you guys go. I'll see you in the next video. I have to get that one. That one, I might need to pull out my tablet and do a slideshow and show you guys what I'm talking about. Anyways, have a good day. Bye.